Old Trafford. We will see. It appears by the close of today, na yehu team a abrante no den ekọ because two teams ni nyina obia abede a yehwe ni mu said den na Leipzig ene Sesko ebe agree to abrante ye friend no Ademula Lukman Ademula Lukman ono so ni Atlanta nsensem no yebedi hu nkomo kakra na fe yahwe enei utimi say Nicholas Jackson likely still be because the rate at which the stories na still any na mu no still utimi say yes abrante no enye den a obe movie na fe bibia so atumi an dem akoyi nkuku se saa nti yebehwe na yahwe de yakone ade a afi ene Thomas Tepate enso nsem wo ha se a yebetumi ayeden ama update ne charges a etumi eko edema no some a few months ago ene okopie mu e court die ne kosi ho ye de nchiremu no ebe bro kama na afi ya kire ya adwen e won semsem no ho na afi bibia so no etumi ayeden akoye e ho honom GFA for omo se omo ko congress na ket e kopetete okopetetem e ho honom nti eno so ye behwe sansem no mu na bibia tumi akoye my bet and aso ya say my bet and aso ya say den sem na den bro bomodi an na twa bet no my bet in the Champions League qualifiers and any Conference League qualifiers na they nyina be cut from NATO Thursday ye behwe mu na yi mu bako na fi yakekesi ani mu na de guso na fi ahwese ye betumi diska na bibia so atumi akoye my bet omo na wudi a bibia so betumi akoye shense show no ye live o Facebook ko Facebook se see a fa phone no na ko Facebook my bet no what ntemu kakra now o de Africa na so my bet no what ntemu now the Africa na so na bibia so atumi akoyi na yes say Tuesday casino cashback is live. Get your share of up to 60,000. And here is my bet for the bus. Omo de bad din free. Na bibia so near them. Enkoye e ho no nti yes e ho common ye ba be din na bibia so na tumi de akoye. Now call YouTuber my bet.africa TV, my bet.africa TV. Ubewrem wa TikTok sports.arena.news e wa TikTok na fe oba Telegram account na sports sports arena nti bo na join show no na afi bibia so ne dem entumi enkoye e ho no within the list yanje sima tew ba ko pe yenhwe na afi yenhwe my bet education no na afi ye bia mehwe ensem ne mu mani mama akwaba
list am joso
bibia e kama de
kama
yenhwe my bet education no quickly na afi yamra mehwe transfers no
okay so my bet education there in say my bet and a betting platform how baby be this guy mu edu a MYBET.AFRICA and any metufo say upe baby etwa bet a www.mybet.africa eho eno bi etwa bet eho na wudi a omdo sika be ma enya afi no wedi bet kese ene grand audit there bi my bet boa e de aka bonus any other options boa ma sika no mu yedu omukro mu encourage you say ubetimi etwa no wetimi edi kese e wo mo nti ene www.mybet.africa. Opeso became busuanu very simple. Top right corner be icon be a circle ni green. Me aso ube login ni register. Register no ho and as I join a platform now bet me aso now so about account. Three simple steps and I'll bet me they are joining my bet Africa platform no. First one your phone number. The audio mobile money transactions. Send your name so with me di sika on platform bet me in boko about two phones. So the next one username wait me use within nickname a dim be a person use to be a ubetimi de show. The next one password need a winning password obebo ashema bibia bekoye o no me register no so normal send verification code now their verify account ni we are what about become my bet ebusuano what is a list to work casino asema casino ni virtual games no instant cash ubetimi edibi now so wetimi e de twitwa ho and in my bet omo casino ni virtual so see encounter say the list a winning percentage 95%. It kwan bia so no utwa casino ni virtual games ho a onso betimi afiska. So we need football ho a na pre-season games na course selections hu de wo fa my bet for at bet feet about with bet feet oma per expect oma hye bet na bet no ma hye go ade a wo hia de be wura ho odds nti ene up 1,000 odds up 5 odds up 20 odds up 50,000 odds wura ho a oma hye ni na ho obetimi afa bi ufa enye se wafa no akwa akotwa obetimi a select eyi mu bi eyi bi efrim asese bi na afi de aba be ese ne a wo penalty sika kakra taichi no wafa my bet kwan bia so no omo boy ma betting experience no aye fufufu ama nti ene join ebusua no na nso twa bet e MYBET.AFRICA
right it my bet in common no yes one dey na join here na afi bia ntumi enye dem enkoyisen se show no so no ene wo kọ eye my bet shop bia nyeze ye gusu de amanfo hwen pa enye asem keto akra e wo no nti moma yen hwe eye news a mode ba ye ne no na afi ye discuss na ye wi a mehwe party so de no
okay at least we say started there yen starting free indra me be kan West Ham for nsem wa say West Ham mo hwe say at least on betimi the goalkeeper ba be kan mo team no hwe summer series on mo boy a errors leading to goal na also from their goalkeepers Ariola and also their second backup yenim say na Fabianski and na ma Ariola a lot of pressure so no so betimi improve be nei o mewemu John Victor officially waba be West Ham player o share the quality of the goalkeeper Obema or a one goalkeeper kwan bia so no the modern bobe boa West Ham senka season be start na West Ham near Ariola na start na bi on better 18th and 15th with John Victor oba be come no on position betimi increase because Oma bibia in a modern goalkeeper or ball playing or height no or bibia ihu Botafogo performance or them on the demo Emma Botafogo ni Paris Saint-Germain na Dembele mu ntimi anhye goal no nti ene o move to West Ham or a quality goalkeeper oba be kan West Ham ebusua na Botafogo nso ehu so quality goalkeeper akọ no mewie mu akwa neto ano Bournemouth later movie called Arsenal ene o makwa kofa na no so ba behwe we Brazilian clubs no mo bo mo modern especially omo call FIFA Club World Cups come konya no omo invest ene Brazilian clubs ni Europe top players free Europe ene John Victor oba be in medicals West Ham na otimi start season no with omo first game against Sunderland on a bit demu amoma metimi abo Real Madrid Ndra Vincent Komunsen bebrewa especially about transfers Oshe Xabi Alonso the way of setting up the team na in common course from the start of the transfer window no more so mu hia that CDM obetimi abem and a deep line midfield obetimi abem obetimi distribute balls na ma bibia koyi ene last 2 weeks ni ehun se na in common course so mu nya Rodri a omope na omo hwe so omo de that Spanish influence ni be piano amanetimi aba Real Madrid na ohwe Rodri in this Real Madrid setup nke be something key abo mama bibia etimi akoyi be nei Man City ehu say interest ne ya akosho enu nti no omo the contract to Rodri enim say ne omo person renew the contract copy 2029 no nso timi ka Man City project ne going ahead now here Rodri a bibia ekoso kire say ne ni new contract no mo dia man adenti an ne ji hu ne say o sign wi a oba be the second most paid Manchester City player we Erling Haaland free her on the baba jiska kese e Manchester City I think contract mu ehwam the kwan bia so no obe renew the contract ama obe ka Manchester City into 2025-2026 season down to 2029 no oba be Manchester City player I don't think the interest from Real Madrid be shaky bibia e Man City
so what does this mean with the player no ankasa
yes
then with the club Man City and Real Madrid are not questioning a big figure like that. What does it mean?
So, on the Rodri side, I think a good initiative because last season, time at injury need to see Muni who's a Man City, me say that key player, and they say we a key player, my team, and yet key player, and they say a cool sikasemu. You who say Erling Haaland renew the contract, or bear the highest paid Manchester City player with a long-term contract at Man City demand. In Rodri is the same thing. I think Sika, apart from football, any Jenny Bibiani entertainment on the fans, no Sika Adebakwa, here players ni Tiskasem there. I think a very good Emma player and the contract is very lucrative. Send him a kind, he would be willing to sign because a short-term contract, but it comes with a huge money. Until after the next 4 years, 5 years, no. Obetimi ase renewal unim say skasem no sra na eko on the Man City side one key player so mutimi keep without Rodri you how the team performed so badly last season no more trophyless a whole season into ene having their key man back na ene we renew the contract he will be staying at the back we boost the confidence of the Man City setup because ene the way Pep Guardiola set up the team now is in a more of a rebuilding stage. We quite the likes of Tijani Rendes Maba, Cheki Maba, and 1-2 players or more said they can now build a good setup. So building a good setup, you need that key figure on my team running so well. So I think Rodri staying at the back whoever bomb. But on the Real Madrid side, no, is a big blow to them. Because they getting a player like Rodri or a player similar to Rodri, a normal profile or more share that is in the Toni Kroos profile and heading. You who say transfer window ne started and they went in. There were rumors about them going for Enzo Fernandez, but as of now, I don't think say Chelsea bet turn Enzo Fernandez at Real Madrid, and Rodri is the only player he would be on that level of Toni Kroos. In Real Madrid here that particular rule, they need to look at other options, and other options wouldn't come that cheap, especially convincing the player to move from any team or say a top club to come to Real Madrid. A big problem, but I think they are eyeing 1 or 2 players. And then, as a noun, rumors say cause for Madrid, they say Bruno Guimaraes of Newcastle, or more so Munyani service a bit mean. But I think as a now Newcastle phones who watch you, especially with players moving out and players coming in. I don't think so Newcastle will be willing to sell to Real Madrid because almost squad the players will bring film here, but the value and now the depth of Muhiano so going into next season and also into the Champions League. Ababe a big problem. Yede Medica Newcastle say my Remo Indra Alexander Isak if we Spain do England. Emma do England and the first place of movie call where the Newcastle's training ground. So I check that is the thigh injury, you know, also with me resume training. And then Newcastle team no if we Singapore no mobile. But from rumors air course on say Eddie Howe I confident say a Adia Alexander Isak here they wouldn't allow him to train with the team. Inti say Newcastle fan be or anything say Alexander Isak training videos and training pictures, but no any team need training at derby because almost feel say in some way it shows some disrespect towards the group because say opese movie who Darwin Nunes Indra he started for Liverpool or Timmy Born the ball those say negotiations because Luis Diaz even the time and contract never be gidi no. He was playing for Liverpool. They were looking at that Singapore no no. At least you are the key player. Say injury you join the squad and be part of the team. Into a mat natia CSA and he's not part of the training squad. So mu resume or Baba joining. And a lot of Liverpool fans say especially with the way Newcastle for and but one year because Liverpool you be a player I go through this process. I'm an team now Liverpool. Because of Alexander Arnold, even though Onumpono, no Real Madrid gentleman agreement, it was the latter stage of the season, and some normal Liverpool fans at TSS will be free. Alexander Isak, wama obiye who say onya Liverpool team no bebo, and about be a big blow to Newcastle because they is more going for any player. Club no more kohono. If say okay, who here in player not at all cost. Until we need to bid, you need to bid well. Send you bid me Jana Mao. Alan Shearer in so about Kasa say they should get Alexander Isak out of the club at all costs. In starting for Liverpool. And I think this transfer never caught to the last day of the transfer window. And the Berman are exciting. They say on the second week of the Premier League, say league new resume, and Newcastle will be playing Liverpool. And it will be one hell of a game because fans know say Isak is signing Liverpool on that day. Any touch Isak benya that ball no. Now, Newcastle also transfers in Kakanka. Nene, almost say Benjamin Sesko, or offer the call as a noun, and then I'm 95. And I think Ushe RB Leipzig, Sikan almost share if we Benjamin Sesko transfer, Numa, a one pepe, or the Newcastle debano. But then now pay who's a Man United at Wayrim. Man United, any Christopher Viveo, more way condition or more than RB Leipzig in any. We are matching at the Inter me feel say by the end of tomorrow Benjamin Sesko be a Man United player.
Okay.
Omo offer omo de ma RB Leipzig ni say kopim say omo benya approval say Benjamin Sesko nya Man U team no obebo no they are not going to bid because omo mpe any bidding war later no nkofo be hu say Man U kra no woska into so ko Isak na wentimi enya any other player on be ko ho no the team ni be hu say utimi ko bedi 85 na wenya into any something similar to get our player into your mama RB Leipzig and a Sesko competitor say if the player is willing to play then they are ready to bid into any Man United bid money my because now they've gotten that approval here from one the player, and 2 RB Leipzig. Say Man United can that special teams now Sesco LST no. Intenioma bid 85, which is lower than Newcastle bid no more. But now everything depends on the player and the players come. So I think at the end of tomorrow, Benjamin Sesko would be officially maybe your best signing at Man United. Everything will go through. It will be a big blow for Newcastle. As of now, the only striking option or more what they can bid for a Johan Wissa, which or no so on a Brentford in same no emuachi, because as of now on a Brentford in training one bought any of their preseason games now or she say on bet me a because at the age of 29 wakase up a Champions League abo ama BBA timi akoye nti ene omo be hwe say Wissa dey on bet me akwa na they need to get another striker. But I think from Ochina Kono said Newcastle ntimi enya Benjamin Sesko transfer na mana nkotua, meaning they can be eyeing players like Nicholas Jackson, but Enonzo would come at a huge cost. Newcastle have a big transfer windows to cover up because Omo said they need to get in that 2 strikers in before Liverpool be negotiating for Alexander Isak. From now to the beginning of the season, that will be on the 15th. No? That is, we have like 10 days now.
Okay.
Newcastle are so especially when it comes to the strikers market.
All right. And none of the other stories
Yes.
are.
Yes. Thomas Partey so see Beba.
Yeah. Listo. My main chat for na me mama kwaba be. I think say Menra bet no. Boy Santi leagues now starting the year. You say omoni beta muchuku na. You know madi juma. Listo. Enra. Yeah. Son Hemin story about him leaving. And I was reading a story and I think said after James Maddison April, Thomas Frank said injury looks very bad because already were now Branton that from Osu. Even he couldn't even stand up until on Monday a year stretch up for the free park and so. And Severus beat him the Gary Bell and Hurricane picture be to swam and then I will make a story. I think it's a list of there's an opportunity for Mohamed. Don't say no, I'm a story. No, may I'm a story. And I mentioned say Kudus coming in for son. No, maybe a month ago, say it meant something, but to me, I saw it from a different angle, from a sports business and sports marketing angle. Say the time I saw him in the last game, Kudus could have started the game.
Yeah,
but yeah, the Kudus maybe you saw him in. Is that a statement? And I say Mohamed Kudus from Ayas Oba West Ham used to you some particular Arabia people were saying say West Ham admin cry a Ghana but he's not a Ghanaian. And Washa Oba Tottenham so I say Tottenham admin post I don't know if they get a certain kind of engagement be and now maybe the kind of numbers they be post Kudus are the impressions Omunya across their social media. It is the reason why because me Samia admin match Chelsea list to. Let me post Moise Caicedo. That means say anytime I post Caicedo be and the engagement that me as an admin and also improving the club's social media platforms no. Hey, one of my KPI. So maybe improve the social media numbers. In the post Caicedo. Many numbers are saying Kopama. Always I'll be posting Caicedo, but as a club admin, I have to be neutral. Then Kudus by seeing the signing, bringing in Stoneboy to do is it a reflex and reflex be about Stoneboy new media or why also the kind of pictures always be admin posting Mohamed Kudus and I got to realize that maybe Tottenham wants to make Kudus their star man. Now virus on far picture and also Gary Bell and Hurricane and so after Hurricane moving from Tottenham go Real Madrid. People were hoping that at least Christian Eriksen will be the man, will be the face of Tottenham Hotspur. Then the academy boys, England striker from Norway, Hurricane, Ebeji Mountain based in 9, so he became the top scorer for England national team whilst he was playing for Tottenham Hotspur, and he was the captain for the 3 Lions of England whilst playing for Tottenham Hotspur. He didn't win any trophy for them, but he was one of the best strikers. Open strikers who we also no minimum ball. Even when Hurricane was at Tottenham Hotspur, he was there. Open England best player and a player or Unimgo Nishe, one of the top and famous players at Tottenham at the English Premier League. He was playing for Tottenham Hotspur and Hurricane was part. But then when these two players for Tottenham Hotspur, there's only one player, Son. And making the impact. So on their back Tottenham Hotspur because of where he's from, that is the East Asia, South Korea. And more population in the Asia for the population and how they are following a obedience on him. Listen. So I got to realize that even the kind of numbers, any commercial deals, Son, Eddie Albert Tottenham Hotspur, no other player in the history of the club. And in fact, the kind of numbers are as at now, not the man Tottenham Hotspur, no any player in the Premier League could pull that off, and even arguably any player in the world right now, the kind of exposure, commercial businesses, I saw him in Edima Tottenham Hotspur. Not even I don't even think that not even Kylian Mbappe or arguably that any player beats my side the club in question Tottenham Hotspur. Now listen, I remember in 2022 Qatar World Cup when Ghana and South Korea ball. I was at the stadium and watching Ghana versus Portugal. That is the first match in the World Cup. So Ronaldo Nyaboa, how the whole stadium reacts. It's same as Obiti says one. Listen, when I was watching the game, if you're a Ghanaian, now we stadium now we share some game now. We share South Korea and Ghana game now. So Nyaboa, you even as the supporter, no you should because more drums be as South Korea for the buy. Say son boy, the whole stadium where you know at all of a sudden they be bano. Who you for now? She come say be South Korea for 9 days. Ashe. And he's a big player. Listen, this is a boy Ofri South Korea, and from baby Ofri no, our population is 51, and AIA that Tottenham for Jason anyway.
Yeah.
Since Ombe started say Ombe sponsor a Tottenham list to a survey that is according to research commissioned by AIA for no share sponsor say 12 million of South Koreans call Spurs as their favorite football team out of the 51 population. And then my catch say South Korea, he's the most popular person or public figure. And you K-pop artist and you so he mean any the most popular public figure in South Korea. Then list to a catch apart from say ultimately 12 million people. I'm our supporting Tottenham most person. When you say TikTok is owned by I think say China
yeah.
From Asia. Apart from Real Madrid, Barcelona, list to the English Premier League club or the most followed club or TikTok, Tottenham Hotspur. And influence, if you look at their people following them, 60 to 70% are in the East Asia. Now, if you look at the clubs that most sponsor Tottenham Hotspur, two South Korean companies, and they came on board because of our brand and the saw him in Kumbo Tire, a Thai company, and a Paris Baguette. Nina South Korean companies are almost sponsor and they are giving huge money to Tottenham Hotspur. Now listen, there's another survey IHS for the past 4 years Tottenham for has always been on list to omuko preseason South Korea because they will get jerseys. South Korea for the better jerseys, they will get money from the games. And to actually some of the teams on preseason games virtually empty stadium. But anytime we are Tottenham because South Korea the amount of money on charge for tickets and how stadiums near sold out because they are coming to watch the most prominent figure from Omukrom Hall. And you see, he's only the most prominent celebrity in whatever he's done with Tottenham Hotspur and also South Korea national team. He's also the captain for them. And if you look at everything, at least to report in say when he was at Spurs, that was especially as of 2023, almost years over, up to 700 saw him in jerseys were sold at every match day. White Hart Lane. As of 2023, we had that data, we had that survey, we had that research list. As at every match day, South Koreans and East Asian people are moving Asia, every day be I'm turn a jersey 700 because these clubs they have their shops. Most stadium can call Accra Sports Stadium and maybe a house of folk boya house of folk shop and even before Accra now will be rest stadium there are shops around and so now Obeko stands now what also on jersey, and that is I must say the most of any Tottenham Hotspur player, a big by distance. Not even none of the players ever Tottenham and I mean they are hoping say with the absence of Son Heung-min last year January and now this year January Amukoto Yan Min-hyuk currently Ushe Tottenham team but say there's another South Korean player final game in January in the winter transfer window they call Queen's Park Rangers. I don't know, can he reach the potential to say Son there? Because last year now money man can since about Tottenham was after the first season or reaching double figures, and even especially in the Premier League alone, the first season and in the last season we and the only season Son a boy season without scoring double figures. That is good spell. So it tells you that what they need season in all competition goes and assistant or reaching double figures every season since about Tottenham Hotspur. So he's a player that or entertaining fans or bed dribble whenever you need him. I've since about Tottenham Hotspur players in players out always he's either the first or second favorite for Air Tottenham Hotspur team, and the kind of goals or share entertaining. But then the new South Korean boy in Makoto, 19 years old or a midfielder, he might not give you that entertainment aspect of the football now. That's one at the moment. So I think say you look at this Tottenham team, their current squad, who is going to be the poster boy? Say Chelsea a lot of players are or say they can make Enzo Fernandez their poster boy. They can make James their this thing. They can make Moise Caicedo, but they've chosen now commercially and business wise. Code Palmer, the celebration. I say people they are not even more related to football, cricket players or more celebration. This is a lad and a player that say invest a bad boy commercially, and you call FIFA Club World Cup when Omo posting the pictures. Times Square before Chelsea Viva Berry. I was like, these owners are trying to do something. They sent him there to just go and take a picture and also post on social media. Now, if you look at Tottenham Hotspur, Senkameka says so niwa Obi and Kameka said maybe in Kobenya that appeal was James Madison, but also inconsistency in the injuries and if Obitima reached that the potential. Hey, a question and listo, and I think say this is the right opportunity for our Ghanaian brother Mohamed Kudus. Kudus was that zeal or that social media presence because we be saying why is it that Oko West Ham all of a sudden he was the admin's favorite. People were even saying that Kudus company West Ham admin here Ghanaian and we try bribe. And look at that iconic celebration here. He wasn't the first person to do that. Ronaldo, but when Kudus here, if you was a Ghana trash, not the Mohamed Salah, because the first season at West Ham was very good season. And maybe the second season could have been much better than the first season. But then if you look at Mohamed Kudus' growth coming to Ghana, if not the most important player for the Ghana national team, who per top 3 players and players somewhere integral to the Black Stars now or Kahubi. Whenever Kudus near international stage or deliver. Now in the West Ham or share big teams or chums with the more. Now Tottenham team I'm not making signings. They are going to play to the strength of Mohamed Kudus because they have good players there. We Dominic Solanke striker. They have Dijan Kulisevsky, Bentancur, Papa Matasa now Obian Shiden Yinani. And Oshe Kudus videos, especially alone in the FIFA in the preseason for Tottenham Hotspur. A lot of people Oshe Tottenham for Omo fans, especially and yet the Omo Africans know. Omo more UK. Wow, this boy is going to so Mohamed Kudus has the tools. He has the ability to be Tottenham Hotspur's for most important player. And the big clubs, maybe some of the top 6 clubs in England, the Barcelonas, the Real Madrid will come knocking. Maybe they had Daniel Levy. Obey his own Jam Mohamed Kudus. And with the potential Mohamed Kudus war. And the zeal, the online presence, they were admins funding our position. I think is the right opportunity for Mohamed Kudus say, Obetima grab this opportunity. Because if you look at this Tottenham Hotspurs, it can never be Romero. He's Obabe, I think on the right on Obabe the captain for the side. But Romero, I don't see say Obetima the face of Tottenham Hotspurs. Omu defender is it Van der Ven?
Yeah, Van der Ven.
I don't think Obetima reached that.
Okay.
Bissouma, in the future, crampon any sentence at this stage. Bentancur, he cannot be the face. Papa Matassa, he doesn't give that entertainment. Our Mohamed Kudus so beji ball or bechian or the aquacotion or make assist. Papa Matassa ain't more that entertainment. Or be the fans' favorite. Now, Matista, one player that maybe honestly he's also skillful. But then, if you compare these two players, can they be at the same level with Ebiobite Mohamed Kudus? Madison was the only player Mitman said he could have been the face of the team, but also injuries in it, the man never maintained one. So Listo, I think say is the right time for a Ghanaian brother to take this opportunity. I know say from Gary Bale, Harry Kane, and Son Heung-min, these three players had very great legacy in the Premier League. But with what Mohamed Kudus did in the first season in the West Ham, said he can replicate that and also improve upon. No, it's about the face of a West Ham. Listen, they won't have any sketches of
yeah.
It can be of benefit to or no as a player and also as Tottenham. Never about now. Listen, and they before about Man U in Newcastle and Sense I think that there's been reports that Mark Andres stage in the backstage, no, he'll be out for I think 3 to 4 months, 4 or 5 months, no baby. And no checking Basa. We just need for just a short time. Then after that, they decided to say they will keep him again. Now, Basa signed some mine so far this summer. None of them have been registered. And say just 11 days to La Liga. Sebastian for them register until say window the best shot here. Rashford, Juan Garcia, Reject Sexney, Rooney Badji, Gerard Martin. All these players cannot be registered. But now the most important player Barca for person who need the registration here Juan Garcia. Because if you look at Barca the goalkeeping department, we just need a Barca goalkeeper. Mark Andres said you're a goalkeeper. Juan Garcia you're a goalkeeper. Balisto. The only available player say in the 11 days, he started La Liga. Obey Madama Barca. Hey, not keeping because Ter Stegen, and the backup, Abraham in Akipina. The other two goalkeepers, they are not registered. Now, Juan Garcia from Espanyol to Barcelona, you name him say he's coming to be the number one. So for Barca to enter into the season, if they want to defend the La Liga, they have to have their number one in post. Now terms of attack, Rashford, the medical cassette, tactically, if you look at interviews from Jules Koundé, so close to Barcelona, they believe that even he got to a time when he was coming to Barcelona, they didn't say he's come to start from the left side. But if Dani Olmo fit, Pedri fit, then Rafinha actually tactically to be fitting into the tactical discipline and coach has to take here. And then they coach is not so much convinced about Lewandowski. So Rashford,
are you sure about Lewandowski after Dani Olmo? Because last season they wanted somebody to help the team, right, from especially from creative and as a creative point of view. You see, yes, give some level of creativity from Abraham friend, but but anytime Beard appears as a yes, maybe they are looking at the fitness. So they would rather have Rafinha playing behind Lewandowski. Then having Rashford.
Yes.
And
Very good. But you see, the last time we have a conversation with anyone, if Danilo is fit, Anna Mateo, he's the first to play the Anna Mateo. The previous games last season, especially the past somewhere, because never started season, Anna Rafinha was that Mateo. That has a team like that. When we registered him, we saw Rafinha always playing from the front. So that no more fitness is very key. If we do not have a problem with them. Now that's a team. Because Omoji and last season you was that if you have a man they almost break because if them are Rafinha on the left side of the area. With me and campaign level and so they were trying to get somebody from that side. So what about Rashford? He's a very big player. Rashford called at least to buy everything to secure the trust of the players. From the flexible, even if it got which has some kind of intensity from me, then you have to drop Robert Lewandowski. Then I will play. So Josh is not the team there. He is fighting for a position. But Adiba Emma Rafinha, I win the heart of player coach off the ball. Rafinha don't attack it back or attack it. Whenever I was so much to become anymore, I need to be able to play for us to play. Off the ball, that's with tactical discipline. And it was something that we were necessary more of it from Rashford, especially Man United. But Mugia against Vitor Kobe, he did a little runs at the back. It's a picture of them. So it was a picture, I think, wow. Rashford, not on my ball. Not and he was right for the center second, the first back on him. And then Vitor Kobe from Vitor Kobe for the attack. I thought, this is no more than a wine and master. Look at where we are born now. Was under Christiansen or now, V3. Rashford back. Native right back. Now, Rashford second picture. So you see the second picture. From this picture to the second picture, maybe I'm going to the 18 box. See where the right back was. Rashford the attacker not to play the pass to the right back or overlap. So we report so we do the area. The kind of coming from the coaching just the people closer to the Barcelona technical team and the blink is happy. And there's a reason why I said even if they go away for it, that's the Rafinha. There are games that both confess with Rashford intensity in the running. He prefers even sometimes go or better I'm a plan for now. No, these people Rashford I did or previous coaches they say I was the third option in terms of players I remember from now. He can be reliable. If he perform anywhere, he can rely on him. If then they can also rely on him. Also, if they can also rely on him. Now, if you look at Barcelona, they are finding very difficult to register the most important player as of now, one guy. As all the other players. So, listen, if you look at how things are standing now Barca needs to register Juan Garcia. And they have believed say 11 days before I started La Liga, they can register all these players. Now, if you look at Neymar Ekwana, they need a medical report from Ter Stegen to send to La Liga. Say Ter Stegen will be out for 3, 4, 5 months because of the surgery. So you person in free to create that space for Juan Garcia to enter. Now, listen, Mark Andres Ter Stegen said, "Oh, my mom Franco. He's not going to allow the Barcelona team to send the report. That okay, and that aspect said Barcelona wanting to send the report. He's also thinking say he'll be back because Ter Stegen list to World Cup will be bearing. Next season, So, but
and he's basically the number
yes,
one.
and you
Yeah.
see, Barca fans begin at stage. You see, I can't say because Barca fans say anytime be on party ways with Omo legend be an a problem. Same with him Tweety. She Gerard Piqué. She Jordi Alba. So I think say the mark and it's stage because okay said you know ba in January so yeah fit no kaso o Jinwudi so betwent to one Garcia. Still Germany national team with the absence of Manono, he was the number one. So you want to go to the World Cup. And on shade then you say oh he's a goalkeeper put there. Obetmenya 30 plus. Now if you want to do the peak.
Yeah.
So I think say Barca issue no. About issue about very delicate and if I won't pay any problems, yeah, maybe there whatever testage is me if me a testage I mean agent, I would want to do that. What if testage reports mom? Okay, me a club, me a captain, me a drink club no. More the reports now come. When you from the one guy say well, when I'm ready, it's also going to be a problem for me to be registered in. So I think say Barca then right now the new signings no one Garcia order all the games. Now Omo in prove say they are worthy of helping Barca to retain the league. Ade akaning na say Barca for no list of many. Omo find ways and means Omo GD say before I ever started the league 11 days to go no. Now Omo so assign player now. Ene anope report Barca United for Ameki an offer for Benjamin Sesko. And if me a sporting director listo with United making this offer, I think say Omo na be so. And Newcastle had made the offer without getting the go ahead from this boy. And when contract extension and I said boy we be moving from Leipzig or moving no, the better report we said last season I was standing the contract man Leipzig. It was in the contract said this boy will leave Leipzig. That is if an elite club in this boy's definition 80 to 90 million bar, they will leave him a gentleman agreement. Now, Newcastle for offer 80 plus 5
Plus 10.
plus 10. No, you made the 70 plus 10 in a coin. And normally improved offer 80 plus 10, which is basically the release clause. So if this boy wants to go, Oka say yes, I see Newcastle as an elite club and I want to move. Leipzig for the paperwork, he has to come. Because I have few days near starting league. You know. Now, United didn't make any offer until a nanopa. Top. I mean, transfer expertise. United for an improved offer. Eddie Ako, 80 million, including add-ons. I think 85, including add-ons in about 85.
75 plus 10 million.
Yes, that is in 85. Yes,
yeah.
including add-ons, 85 million for this boy. And it's also I mean, that is inside the price range 80 to 99. Leipzig for the share Sesko deal. And I think say listo, if look at Benjamin Sesko, 16 years of age or started GD, Mavon say he's going to be one of the best strikers, if not the best, top 2, top 3. All bad people were comparing to Haaland in the style of play, and we now reaching the full potential. Now 22 years, but if you look at United, it means that Omona is so. And Manchester United head of recruitment, Christian Vivel, was the same person who brought him to Salzburg, and the same person who didn't call RB Leipzig. So in terms of personal relationship, United are very close to Benjamin Sesko than Newcastle. And when it comes to Newcastle, for example, they don't even have a sporting director currently. Omo a C, Omo chief executive outgoing, Omo a replacement man. So the whole Ninia and the whole and they act as an interim lead for recruitment, and that person he cannot compete with Christian Vivel, who is the head of recruitment for Man United in terms of this deal. So and then we say United for make here, no one say no, so reporting just say he has agreed in terms of financial wages, what name United and Newcastle now agree or personal terms. Now boy any preference, and I think that he will choose Manchester United. If you look at Benjamin Sesko, I think that still that's why more years and he needs a one big season splash or they are reaching that level, just like how Erling Haaland that season or Dortmund or team be no or Bar City, then Obe continue that. This player last 2 seasons, if about 2 seasons, Leipzig list to or share 14 goals. Last season, be him say na Leipzig near my enkoye or share 13 goals, and this is a Leipzig team list to. For the past 5 years, they've been playing two top. Only like Openda. You see first in film, no, only Openda now, and when you say teams are mostly about two tops. So strikers need to be now a year. A bed they say Obia being 20 plus goals, 20 plus goals. And last season, when we say Leipzig team, no near my enkoye. Now, Newcastle for why are they even investing so much in this boy? Now they know say the kind of relationship and even they were some of Newcastle legends. Sending them money, my fans be Alexander Isak. He might not be able to replicate the performance at Isak Yema and Newcastle. Now, if Benjamin Sesko Sekas or end up in Newcastle, list a win-win and a lose-lose situation for Benjamin Sesko. One, he's going to lose a player. Now, can like to commit in number two top to also help him. Now, he's also coming to a Newcastle. Nothing in see Isak Sono. Now Isak a free team it means that performance the club might not be able to reach the Champions League now for the past 2 seasons. Last season when Champions League sports also be something a big issue for them. The win issue is say he's come to join a Newcastle side. They have 2 of the best playmakers and top assisters in the Premier League last season. Last season Jacob Murphy and Anthony Ilanga. Jacob Murphy was the second, I think, with 12 assists, and Ilanga was the 3rd top assister in the Premier League. In 2 Premier League, players are more assist more. Mutu top 3 or more assists in the Premier League. Mutu, Newcastle says here in Anthony Ilanga and Jacob Murphy, and a striker. A blessing to have such players playing behind you, and hoping say they will also help you to reach your potential. Now Newcastle will say they are a big club. But then, no matter say in the Premier League, the big 6 clubs can buy from any other club in the Premier League. I mean the numbers, no. Any BBH say the mid-table teams, any teams among kind of big 6 clubs. I might say I just to say, me a feeder class. You bought 150 million, and there's a reason why Alexander Isak wants to move to Liverpool. He's their top scorer there, their best player, Omo so, and the club chairman, Yasser Al-Rumayyan. The favorite player here, Alexander Isak. Whatever money he wants, the Saudi Public Investment Fund are willing to pay. But he wants to move because he wants to win trophies. He wants to be qualifying for Champions League, playing at the highest level. And Newcastle for him too. Omar Atom said, yes, they want to be up there, but they are still feeder club if they are not part of the big 6 teams. So it's going to be a win-win situation for a year. Now, why is it that Newcastle for an so much invested said they want to buy this player? And they list to Benjamin Sesko, who check Europe, almost top scorer currently, almost age under 23 since 2023. No player, various betting is saying that to someone. No player, almost age under 23 since 2023, and actually more goals than Benjamin Sesko. He didn't reaching the full potential because they believe that with the kind of attributes in the physicality or he can also play at the highest level. Also more 20-25 goals. Send Haaland, Edema, Manchester City consistently. So you look at our list, we 39 goals since 2023. No any top scorer or any player under the age of 20 national more goals than this player. And 2 seasons with Leipzig, we 27 goals. 2 seasons so with Leipzig, we 27 goals. Rasmus Højlund in the 26. Now, if you compare Sesko and Rasmus Højlund, Sesko won a lot of games to say Rasmus. But then the number of goals, the minutes per goal, and then the shot conversion rate in which I say Sesko buy a big club like United. Now onya a player, obi to say Bruno Fernandes at least or create the most chances in the Premier League than any other player in the Premier League. Listo. There's this interesting factor about Man U. Bruno Fernandes listo. Or creating 91 chances, the most by any player in the Premier League last season. Listo. Emu 10 pe. And then the teammates Rasmus, Joshua Zexi, Etimu Edishe go out of the 91 chances that Bruno created the most. Now they've brought in 2 players. They are part of the top 15 players who creating most chances. Now, Obi to say Mbuemo, he was 5th on the list players who created most chances in the Premier League last season, 70 chances, and then Brian Mbeumo was 15th on the players who created most chances in the Premier League with 57 chances created. So with Benjamin Sesko coming in with the potential, if Oba not hitting the ground running, at least he has the players who make creative chances there, man. The other answer Oba stay clinical, no one stay consistent with area balls, shooting and whatever. Now there's a reason why Newcastle for the omu data. Omuli got to bench Abranta and then Isaac from Real Sociedad at that time compared to Obiti say Benjamin Sesko. They believe that even at this stage, he's even advanced than Isaac, and that 2 seasons to 3 seasons Isaac better than so boy we not that experience or not that exposure analyst or Obebro Alexander Isaac, and now virus on far Isaac and Sesko at age 22 and to Somami. Isaac league starts in the season prior before Abe joining Sesko Newcastle. Any Benjamin Sesko starts last season. Rest of Sadai 2021-2022, any last season Benjamin Sesko at Leipzig. Isaac bought 32 games. Benjamin Sesko bought 33. Now, if you look at the goals, Sesko shares 6 goals. Isaac shares 6 goals. Sesko has 13 goals. Expected goals. Adia Isaac de bro Benjamin Sesko in terms of data. And now numbers shots. The number of shots, but then the shot conversion rate. But you guys say Sesko on time was shot, but he a goal scoring machine. He was brought up to score goals. And in the conversion rate always a was wrong. The touches in opposition, but saying Isaac a kind of a nimble-footed dribbler team or tie hold the ball. No, the chances of creating or creating 20 and Sesko creating 19. As a player, always has a focal point and an elbow with the 2 top with another players. Aerial duels, any aerial success or the ball Isaac. So with this kind of numbers, Newcastle will say if Omunya Benjamin Sesko, the next 2-3 seasons, to set them obit me up provided as a sign and other clubs will come. And list to Rasmus Hojlund, just 22 years age to say we have, but list to 2 seasons at United, Russia just 14 goals. Hojlund 2 seasons at United, Russia 14 goals. This boy in the first season alone at a year Leipzig was 14 goals. Last season, people believe that when me and Levy up to expectation about Neymar Okoye in the first season and Kobe improving, was just 13 goals. And this was the same goals that Nicholas Jackson shared in the first season. So Rasmus Hojlund, they believe that the potential as a club like Man United, won't mean that time in man. At least in the second season, won't me a improving po. So there's a reason why this boy, if Oba now
it is clear Oba United.
And yeah,
go United.
Yes.
Yeah, but United not option or no value the options.
Yes.
Now
United are better. And when you can say United are better, it means that Omunai is so. If Oba United, it means that strikers no United. Used to obey no beat him now. And if so, that's because Newcastle, there will be some consideration because Newcastle for no. Isaac, I don't think say Liverpool for pay that 115 or more penal. And Isaac for 3 years on the contract. They can stay say but Isaac na 2 top no a very limited boy no. And it's a lot of things but and Obepe club maybe there will be a lot of pressure. But I think say
but on the more serious, does it worth the amount no quoting? Both teams, both clubs the figures are more a bid for him. Does this boy worth that figure?
Yes.
How?
Because also somebody can catch us. If you look at this current transfer window, players are most expensive. Hey, players at least they are young, and check your data. They have the potential to reach at that level. Do check here.
So they are buying him based on the potential.
Yes. And the age.
Because
that
the
was
age
the same mistake a man.
Yes, but you see, that is why I'm going to say in foot transfer, they almost take a risk. See the number of players are. Almost young players. Be expensive. But then, they are both players, huge money, somebody have a floppy. But it doesn't mean that if player no potential, now the numbers in data nature say this is a player that next 2 years say a pena, because Obi say Hugo Ekitike. It's the same thing. Really because Frankfurt, any lives you know, they are selling clubs. They know say this player about next 2-3 seasons, obeko baby say into confirm abane de show release clause say if club be pewa into nei open Leipzig for no money money public if one Benjamin Sesko last season and advantage extending the contract to 80 to 90 he is young 2 seasons was 27 goals with other Leipzig for the past 2 seasons they are not performing at the highest level near 2 3 4 seasons ago. Now over Benjamin Sesko listo they start compared to Benjamin Alexander Isak 2022 Newcastle for Fanaba little on which you are 60 million. So now in this transfer market if you are going to buy Benjamin Sesko I think say a fair how and they sporting directors no any people more here football business say if the player is young now here the numbers no potential now it's likely say and the price never cost no and I think say sir because if you look at even this player with Leipzig any Frankfurter I think no need a critical now saying
yes
Frankfurt they were ahead of Leipzig Ekitike share 15 goals I stand to be corrected as in the Bundesliga a struggling Leipzig we share 13 goals so we United as obi akoto Ekitike 90 million they go offer Benjamin Sesko one of also the strikers are also that potential also go and do it and suddenly the market number be if you want a young player with potential Watkins will not cost you this much
okay
I'll cost you 50 B.
All right.
Sika Obabeji so a very huge way. This Sika Obabeji it might not end me Drew Watkins there no.
Okay.
But Watkins be about 2, 3, 4 seasons. We be meeting about 10 seasons. So who turn the 90 million? No, but no Baba a hater. A club like United, you can stand off say this striker everybody next 10 years. You won't send him to Madrid, you send him to Barcelona for the next 10 years. Now, if you don't buy him, that's a ball like RB Leipzig, right? No to me share 20 goals or to me hit the potential be see no improve here. Satam Hurricane was saying 33 years buy her for a replacement. Buy her Beba. Maybe Lewandowski will also be leaving. Barcelona will need a striker.
Okay.
PSG will be coming. Other clubs. So now I say I'm out for maybe national ending. If there's opportunity to buy him, now bit man actually get the release clause, then you have to do it. I think say he worth every penny. Scanner on the man, the club and the man, he's young. Oba no Babefa. It's a bargain for you, United team.
Okay, right. Into another transfer news. Na yenhwe ene Thomas Step Partey kopie mu a court. And then the first time after the charges ne ba abontin no we abrante na tumi akwa kopie mu yes. Into ne video ni na etwa gu no. Yes. Antino Thomas Step Partey na ekono kwako piemu ewo Westminster Magistrate Court. He's been charged with 5 counts of rape and 1 count of sexual assault against 3 women. Inti okani count ni nyina boma 6 honum na okoye no anche within the 30 to 1 hour na granting the bail and the bail condition no mesra osa fato so mame the bail condition no we share the conditions no say not there be condition bail condition not allowed to contact any of the women involved in the case and must notify police of any address changes, must notify police of international traveling, must turn up to next court appearance at Old Bailey in September. The case no be returning September 2nd and omobe yeden ombe start e di asem no. Yes, I know ombe start ayeden e di asem no e wo hono nti and only the current news and also ye the ba me person me pet lawyer ni din ni lawyer no ono ana ejiramu e de ma ojiramu de ma Benjamin Mendy odi nkunim e wo ono so ni case ti sese ya bi ono ana ye de nti onene nam no yes onene na oye oba wakwadare mu pa waben onimsa na ema no ye frɛ no Jenny Wilshire of Hickman and Rose. Your friend Jenny Wilshire. Inti Madam Eden Edwin no. Inti my young charges no. Young charges no. And then no court a room or almost the charge sheet na bama yen sa atumi akabi. Yes, yen sa atumi akabi. Can get to see a trespass. Inti OSHA charges na against 3 women. Charge 1, anal rape of complainant 1 between April 2021 to April May. Teacher say 1 month muno. Charge 1, complainant 1. Teacher say full 1 month. Thomas Pate ayeden. Fire neton. Or blaste neton. Bra no one yeden. Waji atumo mu di animu no. Say all ni konto animu no. Oba kuma oba Ashanti region e friend akosu akuma. Pate fire anyway no nti betumi de we na to akire na mabobo so ha. All fire konto animu no. Anasa akosu kuma no. Ana chese oye den. Opai far wrong way. What I say, Anna. That's the complainant 1. Anna charge 2 no, anal rape of complainant 1 na. In teacher say, wa fire, wa blast trumuno. What I say, time omo de no ye charge. Anna charge 2 ni anal rape of complainant 1 between April 2021 to June 80 after April May 1 month ni mu na blast akosu akuma na no blast turumu na ka ho no wasa so say from April 2021 to June 2021 so no blast turumu no emreko a 1 penny ena charge 3 vaginal rape of complainant 2 in December 2021 reported to police in February 2025. Ya rape you no fire kosu akuma no direct or rape in December 2021 and obe reported in February 2025 and we complainant 2 and charge 4 ni complainant 2 na ono so after ye rape no December 2021 no ni ni tono o say patesa rape no ne ton it first time ni pate rape no na kosu akuma nim second one ni pate rape no ne ton February 2022 enti ye rape na kosu akuma no December 2021 munhwe date ni that is why may emphasize with date no pate rape no na kosu akuma nim 2021 December ena pate sa rape ne ton in February 2022. That is the second complainant no. Then charge 5 vaginal rape of complainant 2 in Mabela in June 2022 and February na pate rape sa nipa yawo pate rape no na kosu akuma no December 2021 February 2022 na pate sa the blasting ne ton eno so ye rape ena June 2022 ena pate sa den esa rape no ewo Mabela June ena third complainant ni the sexual assault in February 2022 what I say na second complainant no omo chiremu se obey report no in February 2025. I didn't see me van say the last time it happened in June 2022 no. Or 3 years later. And obey then. Obey reporting case no. Edema a year and penny four. And a third complainant no. The February 2022. And a sexual assault there. Bet my basa be a mea unufu ya bottom. What I say? Aha, wakikan can send me the idea. Eddie a choni adi adia. The last time I discussed that topic we make us a particular fan who. And if you check the date, you realize calculated that time. That lady now, sir, lady, wait, let me check. My man, ne a year handle, ne Twitter handle. After Okoye reporting about Twitter, ebe narrate ade e call so. What I say about Twitter be narrate ade e call so. I want to check say me to me then me to me eyi lady no complain ni bi. I still remember very well. Me kaipa ono HS omukọ eye holidays wo Mabela ho no chese omu nunum bi o chese omu ye omu nyama chese story no narrate ni nyina na akwa ese ase na wabo omu nyina den abo o de meba me pese me nya ne handle no or delete or deactivating account because Twitter for no nobody was ready to listen to ayene win ne Twitter handle no ye fe no eye DEFFON OTCHAUR wa deactivating account no oye pate S girl ono na pate jai na okofa Morocco ni a oye den otuba ya ye friend Yakubu no it look me reading the story no for me there is no way me defend the bonnet da. I will never do that in my life, but I will defend Pate forever and ever because
I would want to get no
ube to me the ama
yes
ube to me the ama no they are to no be ehun it was clear say this is a woman broken heart na na den ache no o hwe the story no de ba na nsisi so people started questioning him and calling her people started questioning her, call her out and no deactivating account no say people amanfo nyini because obi can story chewa or narrative story you could clearly see say you somebody akwa say or pet party and a party jai and no say here near kwan bia so me de megu anim ase because tie date no muntie date no eti we de ne handle no ebe call muntie ono per se no muntie ni date no da ono na ye second complainant ya repeal December 2021 ya repeal December 2021 one report and farmer police and you be repeal through in February 2022 one report and farmer police then odi onipate echo Ibiza Spain in June 2022 and also ye repeal and ochan ya 2025 February and oba complain say this is what party ayede 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 etiano iti muma ye nyina ye fa nkwa adwendwenum say ya repeal first one report ama police one control bia ya babe ya repeal through in February 2022 ye fi December 2021 ba February 2022 abe repeal through one report ama bia then what said the nipa no repeal twice no echi June ene ne ko Spain Ibiza ɛhɔ no enso wo se ya repew oba e wa ma report kamefa sa ko de anka third time no ka kɔ report wa anyo
man saying one of the Snapchat messages
yes eno no ma me nkyerɛ oye ono a ena o create two Snapchat between ono ne party
yeah
aye ono a that is why I'm saying say party will beat this case obe beat this case because a calculated attempt aye obi a okɔ dwa so a ya anto na de ene wadwa lai ena onye obroni mo na mo kasa na omo pefit omo pe abrofo omo pa abrofo no onye obroni ne kala no so onye obroni kala
no now listo there's this a year makoko one of the football fans when girl on buy out no they send them a virus on that also the girl only make his me that also that is the black one or the dark or make his statement be about women tweeting or say women honey tweeting constantly is very classless, especially when they are not getting paid for it. Like if you are going to constantly tweet about sacking something, at least be making money from it.
That is the mentality. That is what I'm saying. Say that day no buy. Ni some no buy kind. Any or no akasa na adwini mu no. Any ni nyama bi a oye no. Ni picture na wo no. Oh, ye fa ayi ni mum to. Tweet no. Or say women ma chese mo ko ado sebi edie. Tweeting constantly is very classless, especially when they are not getting paid for it. It or say ukondo say you do. Now say oh tweet about it. It doesn't really even make sense. Now you then you also like if you are going to constantly tweet about sucking dick, at least be making money from it. Damn. It will only believe you say this is the mentality of the nam making money into patena ejai no na e was say otumi ba out. That is why I did see 2022 2025 and oye den okwakoye den okwakobo into the bra studio it mo ma hwe nanim a on no da on onyo broni abrofo ye white and no crowd dey sa conversation no crowd dey fan to nchen me say sa conversation crowd dey fan to nchen Ghana for man na o ma ye say na o mo ware mo no mu osuban papa anka Ghana ni be ma bie nu obekwakofa oba foforo musuban amada na di ye tie antena ye hu de ekoso wo we listen to antenna and yenim de eden de ekoso wo mu Ghana for man nti mu jai pateno on living a life mu jai football oksikani bia eye na adwemu se e wo so oware obroni de ne kondo no wo so oware enye omu nyina na e bad me no ka say eye atu oware obroni one ne wo miensa eye owuo therefore na befa Christian atu abrate ye frɛ no alidu sedu eye obroni fita ene waware no a one ne ye den ete a obi ante ho asɛm bia enye obi a na ye nipa boni ni sɛ ne ye wo obroni o ye bad no saa sɛ ne ye wo Ghana ni eno kwa de ye tan kra Ghana ni o ye bad tan kra saa ge ya owo engineer na obo oni we mu nam no vampire mo hwɛ de ne girlfriend e de ye no na girl na sɛ nya kukuduro de na kwante na wo obe mane wawo ato phone if you broche e de bra surprise akɔ ha dan chest o ye bibia de ma o wi house ni news e de ma o x o next esa blast eye no o wi a o se woni won tira bi ma wasa de na kwante na wo sa nipa we wo expect say vampire be ware ana wo pese vampire iti enupo de infant nche but the bottom line is that sa lady we ni story no de betu dwan ene ni past tweets bia o de ba ya bibia check clearly say or a bad person or a bad woman or you be a gold digger somebody or no person onya sika onya ne lifestyle no onya some a footballer no or finances anyama no pateja no ho yaw and no de ba abonten and no ba abonten first and me say o delete an account no anya easy because everybody saw say and then everybody saw say onye ni papa because obi to me repeal first one report it, second one report it, third one put the one wodi na chi o one wodi na chi say from UK no wa fi UK e de akọ eye Ibiza onipa na repeal sa anyama a repeal what say di na chi what be that eti mu na mo ka say na yi den no look Pate is just a victim of circumstance. Say, oba okofa no, eno ye oba bodamfo. Eno pese oye den ogu n'anim ase. Me se me di miti beto. Aka say, Pate will beat this case. Because check the date. Who the first complainant no so monhwe onu so ni date. Monhwe onu so date. From all the year no, ye repeal otrum from 2021 May ekopem April 2021 to May 2021. Just ono have sex no ono person mo ditum say ono have sex no e no ye den or say ono ne have sex no e na chese wo ye den or blasting the room or raping the room and ono aso biem say anal rape from April to June into ono so no ye raping the to first one no in May 2021 one ko report Pate o anal rape and also just second one put the no one jantum so or just have consensual vaginal sex just no the direct rape Pate by no or more no the share neton from or starting from April copim June. If you check some of these things you realize it doesn't really make sense. Bakwa say omo ye ma say no mo kasa bro emra ewo wiase munya protect ma what you say ena ene mwa ne nyamanyama asana be ma ba no enu bi na me fan say omo so enu bi na omo ye de omo so na de ya ne say after everything no there is no way on be charge a man for anything ade ya no after nim guase omo di gu any say na wo because omo ho no omo law says some omo lawyers no omo charge per hour. Omo charge per hour. We know players. As a man we higher than I bring you omo down. Benjamin Mendy, Man City, for 2 solid to 3 years. 3 good years. A man bears 1,000 and a bar bontin beka say, wa rape you omo, wa harass you omo, wa say. Charges bear 2 million omo de to so. You la show you boni nyina to gui. Sa brantia no. Odibem and the same way na as ya call the first one wa rape me as call third one ya call second one ya call fourth one ya call fifth one judge bi enu how this asem we call ebe yi and about the critical almost to me request for a conversation and sometimes some of the conversation natural clearly say oma sheda and omo yes ade no it we Ghana ni a support Pate because Abrate ba kwefen Segeson the same thing obo Everton eno so boy ba bonte sa eno no so mo suspending no the only person ono ne de no tumu say clear say video evidence e wo ho say wabo oba one ne te moja bana no Greenwood ono the video evidence bibia wo say wabo oba no ne kasa wo mu ni a chese wa abuse ababa no it no say the club need take action against that player. No problem about that. Now when you obi no you do trum sa na odi echeni you do trum sa you repute trum sa watch 2025 and I also me kwa report no. Eti we Ghana ni a don't worry. I'm saying say Pate will beat this case. It's as simple as that. Abutu afọ mo fa mo de so na afi. Yeah,
at least to the Okani there, I think anyone know with charges any even date no every fair man who say at the end planting. And I think say senya ye can do baby say court any laws back it these cases no. Say be mana onu ye de na ba no. Say asem ni na akona ne hu ni asem. Say mba no so timi go through any charges be on deserve it, because Benjamin Mendy send your kind after 3 years Okonya Laurent Ekoboy and fa no call FC Zurich and I'm new dim komui FC Zurich for terminating the contract.
You will not be in the right
yes
state of mind.
Adia Ebuani said with party case no with date any evidence a back in the man who said no a planting I dia on person more ya making sure say or the brand as because on in a jai any when you before for an it no and who yaw and a equacosisano and share the way conversations around party even Villarreal and Neoma Burim some person was signing man who say club no confidence a case no ebeko ama Thomas Partey and nunti na almost person minute na. I think one thing na see a team share yeah can we na near the 2 players ne so for nkofo bi wo especially mba bi wo ha on bet na with actions ba ku mienu ma hu se nipa we enyama bi wo se otimi twe hu fi no enye mo asesa second and third complainant na ba be get on down for
yes mostly a group
yes because enim say asem wo we obi ko ka asem na o chi na obi foforo nso be ka nkofo bebre ba be report na nkofo ogi say no kre nti ene ono be start no we make sure say nkofo ba be so senya in the end ba be hu say o asem ni mpo no senya nkofo ba ku mienu abai no kre ene ya yedi nkomo yi Hakimi nso go through the same process say ene ono nso betimi a serve that is 15 years say asem ni butia na o hwe ono nso nsem na with text messages get on in down for 4 years and say planting na no why na dwen say o kɔ ne ho na onye den oni ne nko eye bibi ena me no so no nso dia akɔ say rape nti players ne futuo ne de be mom Benjamin Mendy di aba yehu name ade no video ne cam ene boa no e mo no timi tete no ho odoyin so de ba nti players na so mo hwe mo yi especially with females here social media females any models ni influencers on be o ma dwen say omo use on social media presence be back closer to you enye bibia no pe wo ho sika enyama nko yi a afidi obepe kwan we so e de be bro career na se e wo.
All right,
yeah, at least I think this issue is about my and in 2022 when this issue will buy, you know, if you look at the timelines, the old tweets and it makes the case very fishy. And I think that the lawyers of Thomas Partey, I mean, I think that we are hoping, say, I mean, as a Ghanaian player, we know it's a Ochaki where counts and any charges now. I say it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense if me know Akasa say you have says then definitely BBC about BBC the timeline, the reports and all these things and I think at least to it should be advice, it should be as a caretake to some of the players, especially to the women they go out with, especially if you are not married now or call vacations with some of these ladies you should, because most of them they know who you are and they know what they want. After Benjamin Mendy there, no, where Mendy share a girl was in a place I was say obi oya minor it's me cry then ebaho.
Yeah,
and if you look at the girl no the body the physical and everything now castle be oya minor, so sometimes players no so obi who ni what you say. So I think we are hoping then Villarreal for no I was reading an article be about among supporters chairman saying they know that he's a top player, but if some of the fans do not want to the player to be signed, he's also in support. So even Thomas Partey to Villarreal currently obetima sign him Villa. Why the medical say we na had much now Villarreal for any Arsenal horrible friendly match. Why medical say we people works I can't some finance we are announce, but then across social media you can see a lot of Villarreal fans, especially racist no more. They are not I mean in agreed with the deal now Villarreal for the Barbarian. So it is something that a behano career. Yeah, who they have Benjamin Mendy. Nancy Ubisa say him and Benjamin Mendy nama. A player who was playing at his peak. Time I want bad Gini peak about more Magic Champions League, you know. That was when issue too. Now assess a player to be career. Most of them so everybody so I'm hoping said now if Scanner Thomas Partey be behind right usually me say girls don't be court they be in so car but they born lawyers who you know or bad interest and scan there should also be some sentences that try to because try to be so that's when you have enough evidence to back himself in the no to prison or wasting some of the precious time.
They don't care.
Yes.
So no seeking revenge. Or believe it's what I know. What I say? Aha, I don't believe say or an ex-girlfriend. What I say? We giant, before for near. Mostly na two things, either or the two beba beden. Eba be bo William no kun. And I say obi twan troy there they are so. It appears in England on be twan tro mum there they are so. And in America no. And on the two beba beden, eba be blast. Obi you if you what I say. Aha. So that is what we have on our hands. You know, yes, but I'm not worried at all. I'm not worried at all, and it is opportunity for parties Obe exonerating him, and hopefully Obe exonerating him. He's been he's a big player.
Trial, I think September.
Oh yes, September 2nd. Obe returning to me started trial. So yes, the BCB and the be for mama yemfa bet kakra no emfa ma for na fi yenhwe ne sorry so na yeah.
Okay, into enemy options now me or 4 odds MYBET.AFRICA bet builder option and enemy day arim. Mamu any Copenhagen game, the Copenhagen win or draw under 3.5 euro. Maccabi Tel Aviv win and 1.5. And Garibag into win or draw over 1.5 euro. Code no ATTGY MYBET.AFRICA.
All right, my selection for the day 5.30 odds. Say and a game since the Bayern Leverkusen any piece is a friendly game. Straight winning for Bayern Leverkusen. Helsinger any Linkby. Also Linkby to win. Sounds like Eddie Bao Felix any Olympia Satu Mari. A win for Olympia Satu. Sounds like another Empoli any Sassuolo Calcio over 2.5 goals in that game. Code no AS 7Y GY 7Y GY.
Yeah. What about the name? Okay. I'm sure I'm family. Okay, Mamo FF Nico Pagan over 1.5. Maccabi Tel Aviv away win. Karabakh BK and Tetuvo over 1.5. Dynamo Kiev and Paphos and Dynamo Kiev win or draw. Rangers and Victoria Prison. Rangers home goal. Salzburg and Club Brugge. Salzburg home goal. Lech Poznan and Restart Belgrade Grevna Zvezda. Grevna Zvezda away goal. Rijeka and Sherborne FC. Rijeka home win. OJC Nice and Benfica away win or draw. Feyenoord and Fenerbahce. Feyenoord over 1. Full match over 1.5. Rosenberg BK and Hamabi IF over 1.5. And Noah FC Noah and Lincoln Red Arts neighbor. FC Noah away win or draw. Fredrikstad FK and Midtjylland neighbor. Midtjylland away win or draw. Club Brugge and Club Brugge. CFR Cluj and Braga we win or draw. AEK Lanaka and Legia was over 1.5. Sekelburg IF and Jagiellonia over 1.5. Viking and Istanbul Beşiktaş we go. And Beta Jerusalem on a Rega and Ebo away go rather. AIK and Eto FC. AIK home win on draw. Park Thessalonica and Wolfsberger. Park Thessalonica home win. Sparta Prague and FC Amrabat Armenia. Sparta Prague over 1.5. Anderlecht and Sheriff Tiraspol. Anderlecht home win. Ljubljana and Egnatia. Ljubljana home win. AZ Akma and FC Vudus. AZ Akma first half 0.5. Panathinaikos and Shakhtar Donetsk. Shakhtar Donetsk away go. And Brøndby away win or draw. And Besiktas away win. And Hajduk Split home win. And Partizan Belgrade ni Hebenia. Partizan Belgrade home win or draw. And LAN FC and Santa Clara away win either half odds bear 1,000 and I'm able ball into you be free ne twa de aka no ne di nyame ya adom na adom dum ya ochina ye besa ba na de aka chenya de abramo yakra mo boso na